Welcome back to In the Garden with Carrie Hefner. And if you're a muscadine lover, if you're into the jelly, now is the time to start thinking about them and start thinking about pruning.
Right, yeah, and we're going to do a program this Saturday. The address is going to be 1500 Highway 132 in Delhi, but that's just over the Franklin Parish, Richland Parish line. So, and we're going to get started at 10 a.m. And dress warmly. It's going to be cold for sure. And bring your pruning tools. Also, carpool if you can. But that's a muscadine pruning demonstration this Saturday at 10 a.m. at 1500 Highway 132 over in Delhi. That's someone's farm, so if you can carpool, that would be great. And Ashley, last week I spoke to the Monroe Garden Club about natives, and gardening and landscaping with natives is just the big trend right now. And in North Louisiana, we just don't have a lot of shopping options for natives, although I think that's going to improve soon. But we already use some natives in our landscape, and I thought today we could go over some of those as we're going into spring. We're going to start seeing these things leaf out and flower out. And this is the first one, willow oak. This is, of course, a Louisiana super plant selection from a couple years ago. This is a bottomland native oak, and while the flowers aren't really that charismatic on an oak tree, the foliage is the bluish green willow leaf type foliage. And this tree grows like crazy. It can grow super fast in a place where it's happy and provide a lot of good shade during the summertime. Now, folks, as you're putting specimen quality shade trees onto your property, you want to orient these trees toward the backside of the property so they're away from power lines and any structure. But this is willow oak, Quercus phallus. And every fall you'll get the tiny round acorns that have the pumpkin orange meat on the inside. Another one we'll go to is a fun one. This is a tulip poplar, and it's in the magnolia family. This is a native, one of our native hardwoods, and this has quite a more columnar, straight up growth than the willow oak, but that gray bark is unmistakable, and the leaves that are shaped rather like cat heads are quite distinctive. But that flower is really what does it for me and what attracts the pollinators. It's a yellowish and orange magnolia type flower. Well, it's in that family, and you'll see these fall out of the tree every spring, and the seeds, the fruit, the dry fruit, helicopter down to the ground every spring. And this is Liriodendron tulipifera, or tulip poplar, tulip tree. It has several common names. And then if we come down into the understory, we'll see redbud. And before we know it, we'll be driving along parish roads, and we'll just see puffs of magenta along the forest edges and the field edges. And that's what this tree is. This is Cercis canadensis, actually a legume that is a tree. And it's an understory native tree. And those bright pink flowers every spring just say, hey, winter's on its way out and spring is here, and we'll be looking forward to those pretty soon. So that's eastern redbud. And then this is fringe tree, Chionanthus virginicus, or Grancy graybeard. You can go around some of the older home sites in the parish and in Monroe and find Grancy graybeards. It's a native, it's in the olive family, and those wonderful white flowers every spring. So all those are native, and we already use them. So
Reminds me of a dogwood tree.
sort of, yeah, a little bit.
Are dogwoods native?
Dogwoods indeed are native, yes they are.
My favorite. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Carrie. Up next we'll have